Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we will continue to build our navbar, and we will continue to put up with the icons and so forth until the color and everything gets to this point where we log in and everything. Thank you. So stay tuned. Icon Ocean is basically the link. This is the link to that one. I'll wear some fonts, so let's look for that one. That's the icon. That's where I got it from. That star sheet. If you type at font, I wear some. It will tell you what to do and what you. So if you find what you want, and this is where I came to get what I want, and that's the one I wanted to use, and that's the one that I've copied it in. Let's go to the front end. See how it's now taking into shape. We're now going to link another style sheet. The icons in font are welcome, and then you just have to link it just like I'm linking here. So what this is font welcome, so font welcome, font welcome, and that's how I made my page look like that with that hammer thing there. So you just find the one you want and then you add it to your application, and it goes into the header. It shows you basically that what you have to do depending on what you want. Yeah. Okay, so we have the uproot here, we've got the body and that. Then we also have a few other ones, but it's Bootstrap. Just add it inside the body. And that's all you need for all the for me, that's all I need for the front, but it's still not taken into shape in terms of the color, so it doesn't look so nice in terms of the color, right? Go into the angular.json and see if that works. And in the angular.json, under the script, so which is what, 34, so there's 34 styles, and in the styles I'm going to add something on top here. Bootstrap, so I'm pointing the style sheet to Bootstrap. That's because we haven't installed it, right? I will need to install Bootstrap because I cannot find it. Okay. Even font hours, and we need to install it as well, because that's why it's not looking as it should. I'm just gonna copy the one I have, and I'm going to only install it again. Packer.json, going to paste it into 27. Okay, so inside the dependencies, Control C. Just going to go here and say npm install. Even font hours on as well, isn't it? Control C. Yes. All right. Okay. It's gone. 55131. 55131. 5131. See? Now that we have it installed, it's now showing as red. So we need to make sure that these are installed. We got our Bootstrap working. What I cannot tell right now is I'm not sure if it works from here or from the other one. Let's see. Yeah, it still works, so you don't need it in two places. Okay, very good. Now we're gonna bring in all the rest of the navigation bar, because now we got our Bootstrap working. Gonna bring the rest of our navigation bar, and let's go to the navigation bar, and after the form you want the rest of the stuff. So I'm just gonna bring in the rest of the stuff. So if you can copy this from the navbar of if you search for navbar, you can copy all that stuff from there. And then we should have our button and stuff like that. The username does not exist yet, so this is where we bring in all this. So in the navbar 19, so 19 we are making a call to username, and it says, hey, what's up username, where is it, right? So if we go into our component, then we can just make a call to that username, and it's it needs to exist in the Keycloak, and we haven't got Keycloak set up yet, so we're gonna do that now. So we want to get the user name out of the Keycloak token, and we want to do this on the initial stage when this navigation bar component is loaded. So we want to do it when this is loaded, and in that said, we need to extend the init where we need to implement the on init object. So we say that one, and we say implements the on init, that one. And then if we want to do that, then we want to make sure that we get that particular method. And let me close this one. Okay, so all these methods are coming from Keycloak. and you want to make sure that we like the X login is coming from Keycloak. All of this is coming from Keycloak, and we need to make sure that when we yeah, basically that we have Keycloak, also a service for Keycloak service created, which we're gonna do in just a little while. Okay, so now that we have this init method in our navbar component, we need to make sure that we get the Keycloak service in. So inside the app, we are going to create another folder called, we'll call it services, and inside services we want another one called Keycloak. Because this is where we want to put all the Keycloak stuff in. I'm gonna create a file called Keycloak .service.ts, and the Keycloak.service.ts we are going to add our stuff. But before we do that, we need to add user details to the Keycloak, user services to the Keycloak, sorry, user interface to the Keycloak. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a file called user profile in the Keycloak. So I'm gonna say, you're gonna call it user profile.ts. In this file, I'm gonna bring these details in. This represents the user profile object from Keycloak. Let me show you, which I have already showed before. If we go back to our backend test, we got all the services running. So I'm just going to get another user. I don't know, should I use this one? Okay, credentials, I use this one. Any user, just copy. Let's see if I can copy this one. I'm gonna copy the token, then I'm gonna head off to the browser, and I'm gonna go for JWT decoder. Okay, so let's go for that one, and I'm gonna paste it here, right? And then we decode what's in there, and what we are after is these details, which is basically all the details about the user, right? We haven't built an address for it. We've got it there, but we haven't built an address for it, this particular user. Okay, so that is the address where we send the product, right? If you order something, you wanna receive it physically, right? Okay, so this is what it represents here. we have the subject, which is role, and subject is basically about the user itself. And in the subject, we want the email. We want the email, which is this one. Is the email we verify that is not here, but that is basically this one. The scope, the name of the user, the preferred username, the given that's the family name, sorry, the given name, that is the first name I get, and this one is the family name. So those are what we want to retrieve from the Keycloak, and we've created this interface to represent it, right? So if we go back into the Keycloak file, we can then start building the service. So we start off by calling the injectable, and the constructor and all that stuff. Let's bring that one in. Let's import them. So we need to install Keycloak, and I'm gonna do that in a minute. Right, let me end it with this one for now. So this is the class. I'm gonna end it here, and I'll bring in the rest of the thing in here. We need to install Keycloak. So if we go into the application.json, I'm going to install Keycloak. I'll bring in the dependency, end it right here because I've actually gone way over my time, and then we will continue on the other side. See you then.